That's so gay. Lesbo, dyke, only fags wear skinny jeans. That's so gay. That's so gay. Lesbo, dyke, only fags wear skinny jeans. Have I made you uncomfortable yet? Schools are seen as a safe place to say things and get away with it. Playgrounds and prejudice. Anti-gay slurs. Name calling overall is rampant, with 75% of students saying at their school students are called names, made fun of, or bullied with regularity. Words do matter. Whether or not individuals believe the meaning of these words have changed, it's clear that many people, especially young people, are still experiencing their hurtful effects long term. Nobody sees the scars that we carry on the inside from the words that have been thrown at us through the years. Remember, words matter. Join me today in helping support LGBTQ SAVES. Let's stop anti-gay slurs. Remember, words can be used to build or destroy. Choose wisely.
Video's over. Back to Sharon. Sharon, you're muted.
Hello and welcome to our second annual Save Our Youth Virtuathon. My name is Sharon Herrera and I'm the founder and executive director of LGBTQ SAVES.
Hi, my name is Amanda Sims, and I'm the Digital and Program Manager of LGBTQ SAVES.
Hello, everyone. My name is Barton Ann Gardner, and I am the Communications and Community Manager of LGBTQ SAVES. Welcome to our live stream. I will pass it back to Amanda. She's going to go over our streaming rules and let you know how you can interact with us during today's event.
Hi, so our streaming rules are the same as our chat rules. We need you to be kind, number one, respect the space, respect others. We're going to be taking people out of the chat that cannot enjoy Pride the way we enjoy Pride. So make sure that you're being respectful. We're all being loving and kind to each other. And most importantly, we're here to celebrate LGBTQ SAVES. Yeah!
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. So I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing here today. We are here to celebrate and promote LGBTQ SAVES as well as LGBTQ youth in general. Save Our Youth is a virtual live stream where we are talking about our programs and what we're doing to help LGBTQ youth ages 12 to 24 in the Tarrant County area and a little beyond. So throughout the stream, you're going to be hearing from all three of us. We're going to be talking about our volunteer program, our internship program, how to become a member and what we do for our members, our community partnerships, our family gatherings, and what we've been doing during COVID. I know that some people have been curious on how we have been operating, and I'm here to tell you that COVID-19 did not kill LGBTQ SAVES, and we're very excited to celebrate how we've grown in the past year. So I'm going to pass it off to Sharon, and she's going to talk a little bit about the history of SAVES and what we're moving towards. Sharon?
Thank you, Bertie. LGBTQ SAVES was born on a patio in November 2010. Nation, there was a rash of suicides, 9 suicides of LGBTQ youth, which triggered my suicide attempt, and I felt compelled to do something about it. So LGBTQ SAVES was born. We started with our first event being a second chance prom for our youth. We only had about 27 kids come, but it was incredible to see youth enjoying who they are, celebrating who they are, and having the time of their life, while us adults in the background were crying. So, but yeah, since then we have, like Bertie said, COVID, now we are busting at the seams. We used to serve anywhere from 20 to 25 youth a month in person, and now we're serving probably over 100. We've also gone national, which was never my intention, but we're in Connecticut, Florida, Ohio, Washington State, and where else? Michigan, I believe. Michigan? Yes. And again, we're simply saving lives. We've been supporting and serving and saving lives since 2010 here in the city of Fort Worth, the 13th largest city in the nation. And we are in desperate need of a drop-in center so we could better serve our youth that need anything from a hot meal, clothing, education, counseling, whatever that child needs to continue thriving. Again, we've been around here. We've been in Fort Worth since 2010. And we celebrated our 10th year anniversary during COVID and came out, like Bertie said, COVID did not hurt us. We are soaring. So, and we are a 100% donor funded organization. So we rely on organizations like Bell Helicopter, Alcon, and many others that have sponsored us and supported us throughout our mission. So thank you.
Okay. And then now we're going to kick it back to our program and digital manager. She is going to talk to you a little bit about our growth in the terms of COVID and other things, and in terms of our Discord server and things like that.
So a lot of our youth and our volunteers are interacting on our Discord server. We made the switch in COVID to GroupMe, and that was really good for a small group, but then we kicked it off in November and moved toward a full Discord server. On our server, we are serving almost 100 youth. We have several volunteers in there at all times monitoring our chat. We have voice chats that are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're also doing events there with our youth and volunteers. So like art contests, we've had D&D groups, we've played Jackbox games, lots of really good interactions. And the primary goal of our Discord server is to make sure that we are giving youth that brave and safe space to be who they want to be, who they are, in ways that they can't do necessarily always at home or at school. A lot of our youth are receiving one-on-one mentorship with volunteers who are all background checked. They're members of our community. So it's community helping community, staying in touch with parents. And what's cool is really getting to see some of our youth become volunteers. So last year, during this live stream, we were awarding out scholarships, and we've had several scholarship recipients come back and internship with us. We've had scholarship recipients come back and volunteer with us. And so there's a sustainability toward the love and care that we're providing the youth, and it's truly remarkable. After this, we're going to be talking to Ben Novak. He is one of our big supporters in the community. He runs Novak hair salons in Fort Worth and Burleson, and he generously helps us provide haircuts that are appropriate for our gender nonconforming youth. So enjoy.
Years old, I stood at a crossroads. I felt alone, I felt afraid, and I felt like I was a failure. I was ready to end my life. I got to a really dark place and I did not know where to turn. I reached out to a youth hotline who only confirmed the things that I was telling myself and the ways that I was sabotaging my brain. She also spoke to the words that I was hearing from my family who didn't understand me. She pushed her perspectives of religion onto me and condemned me. That's a really dangerous thing to do for somebody who is already struggling to find light. It was because of the support system that I had in my friends that I was able to come out of that. It was because of that support system and that one voice of reason that I was able to realize that I am so much more than just a statistic. That crossroads could have changed my life in a really good way or a really bad way. And that crossroads is why organizations like LGBTQ SAVES is so important. I support them because when you're coming out and you're living your most authentic self, it can be a really scary, dangerous place. And it's that one voice that sometimes is the difference between life and death. It's somebody who maybe doesn't have a single person in their life that they know that they can go to, who's gonna love them and support them unconditionally. Suicide amongst teens in the LGBTQ community are the highest than any other demographic. And that is why LGBTQ SAVES is so needed today. My name is Benjamin Novak Hudgens, and my dreams of being so much more were realized through Novak Hair Studios. It's the most authentic dream that I've ever had, and it's because of that one voice that I'm standing with you today.
Awesome. So hopefully you enjoyed that messaging from Ben Novak. It's a very powerful message about, and I think it really brings to light of why we need groups like LGBTQ SAVES. So thank you, Ben, for sharing your story, and that was really powerful. So as the communications and community manager, I work a lot with our volunteers. So I just kind of wanted to jump in and let you know how you can volunteer with LGBTQ SAVES. So during COVID, we did have a lot of stuff this kind of change. And so we do have like a lot of volunteers coming on. We have been virtual for over a year. And so a lot of our volunteers have come on in a virtual space. They've been helping us with the Discord server, helping provide our weekly meetings, doing different activities to keep our kids engaged while we have to be socially distanced at this time. But our volunteers are the lifeblood of our organization. We are a very small nonprofit, and we rely on our volunteers in order to be able to continue giving and providing that space for our youth. So our volunteers, they come in, they help us set up events, they help monitor our chat, they provide mentorship and guidance to the youth, as well as, just being that listening ear. Because sometimes we just, I think I speak for all of us when I say when we were growing up, we all needed someone who could listen and kind of help us through whatever issues we were going through. So it's been really awesome to see the interaction on our Discord server. As we're moving back into physical programming, we are still needing volunteers to help us run our physical meetings, as well as come up with, help us with our events coming up. Amanda will be talking about our upcoming events a little bit later on in the stream, but our volunteers are necessary in making sure that we have enough people to help us execute the program. So if you are interested in learning more about LGBTQ SAVES and how to volunteer with us, I highly suggest going to lgbtqsaves.org/volunteers. It'll tell you a little bit more about what we're expecting from our volunteers and how you can get involved. Our new people coming in are our general volunteers, so they're helping a little bit with everything. We want to say it's kind of a build your own volunteer experience. It's been really amazing to see some of our new blood come in. Like one of our program leaders, Felix, he joined us during quarantine, and he's been amazing in creating workshops to do with the kids. Like he did a really awesome origami workshop. He's planning on doing a dance workshop sometime in the next few months. So I'm really excited to see that. And so if you have an idea of something you can help provide our youth, we'd love to hear it. So you can go to lgbtqsaves.org/volunteer and see our membership application. And what's going to happen is, you fill out the application, I'll send you an email, we'll do a background check on you, and then I'll be reaching out to set up a phone call with you just so that you can get to know us and we can get to know you. And then we assign you a time for new volunteer orientation, where we'll go over all of our processes, how we interact with youth, what we need to do in case of an emergency, all of that stuff. And going over the requirements before we allow you to start service. All of our volunteers, staff, board members, etc., are required to take what is called Qpr training. And what it is, it's like CPR for the brain. So it stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer. This training is available through the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation, which is another nonprofit local to us in Fort Worth. They are focused on ending suicides in our area. And so they provide this wonderful tool for us. And I know it's given a lot of our volunteers confidence when speaking with our youth. So it guides you through how you can talk with someone who is experiencing a mental health crisis. So you can question, persuade to, calm down, make sure that they're in a safer spot, and then refer them. So we refer a lot of our youth to the Trevor Project. However, if we do see that there is continuous issues, we also refer them to the list of LGBTQ friendly mental health professionals that we have here in the DFW area. The Qpr training is available for everyone. It's not just for LGBTQ SAVES volunteers. So if this is something that you're interested in, I highly suggest looking at the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation website and seeing when the next available training is. I know that their next training is Tuesday, June 8th at 2 p.m. So if that's something that you can attend, just slide on right in, and our friends at the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation will get you ready to help start saving lives in your own community. Now, I want to give a shout out to all of our volunteers. COVID has not been easy for any of us. We are very much a face-to-face type of people. We love interacting with our youth. We love it when we can all get together. So I just wanted to give that quick shout out of thank you to everyone who has been with us as we navigate Discord, as we navigate virtual, as we navigate a whole new thing. To me, it was like building the organization back up. So thank you to our volunteers. I want you to meet some of our great volunteers. So coming up, we have Flannery, who is a great friend, a mentor, one of our mama bears. Love Flan. We're also going to hear from Jay, who started virtually from Austin. Then Michelle, who is a great resource, a great mom. We have Felix, and we also have Shalia. So these are some great volunteers that I am excited to introduce to you. So we'll get started with Flannery.
Theresa Flannery, and I'm known as Flannery in the group. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I've been a program leader with LGBTQ SAVES for about 4.5 years. I reached out to Sharon Herrera and found her just doing some research around Fort Worth area, and just told her I really wanted to help support youth in our area, empower the young people. And I feel really passionately about the fact that I want each person to know their value, to know their integral worth. And I think too often young people in the LGBTQ community, they get the opposite message. And so I wanted to see what I could do to help counteract that. And so I came on board, not sure what to expect. So I did a lot of listening and a lot of observing, and what I found just blew me away. I found a group that was compassionate and creative and awkward and astute and funny and fragile, very fragile. So when Sharon Herrera says that we are saving lives, it's not hyperbole. These kids need us. They need us to navigate what can be a very trying time in young people's lives. And they need us to give them time and space and encouragement just to grow into who they are, so that they can share all that compassion and creativity and the talents that they have and give back. So it's been a real labor of love, and I hope that some of you will consider making our mission your mission, and helping us to support these kids, because it's important work, and they're worth it. So thank you for being here.
I'm 36 and I am gender fluid and pansexual. I'm a program leader with LGBTQ SAVES. I've been volunteering for about a year now, and I just really enjoy working with these kids. They are amazing. They're so strong and resilient, and just watching them grow and learn and really grow into themselves has been amazing. And it's great being exactly what I needed when I was younger.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I volunteer with LGBTQ SAVES because I feel like everybody should be accepted and loved for exactly who they are. If you're a parent and you're not sure how to support your LGBTQ child, the best gift that you can ever give them is love, acceptance, and support. If you are a youth that your parent doesn't give you these things, just know that you are 100% valid, and there are people that love you and accept you and want you to be happy. We're always here for you, and you are not ever alone. There will always be people that have your back, support you, love you, and want you to be happy for exactly who you are. What's the best part about having two moms?
My moms give me the best food.
Felix, I'm a program.
My name is Shalia, and I'm a transmasculine program leader with LGBTQ SAVES. I started volunteering in general because I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. So I started searching for different organizations in the Metroplex, and I came across LGBTQ SAVES. So I thought, what better way to give back than to be to our youth the person that I needed when I was younger, a mentor, that just basically encourages the youth to be themselves. So I started as a volunteer, and within the first week, I knew that this is where I needed to be. And I knew that I wanted to be more involved. I wanted to be a program leader. So just from my interactions with the volunteers, our youth, the volunteers are just such wonderful people. We all work together to make sure that the youth are going in the right direction. And our youth have such beautiful souls. And, at the end of the day, I just hope that I've helped the youth and the volunteers at LGBTQ SAVES as much as they've helped me. Thank you. Hi, y'all. My name is Shalia, and I'm a transmasculine.
Thanks, everybody. I love and appreciate every single one of our volunteers. I was one of the people that was editing and working on these videos, and I cannot tell you how many times I just was like, everybody in this organization, from the members to the volunteers to the staff, are just so committed to saving lives and creating these spaces that are so authentic and forgiving. It's a place where we can practice what we preach. We can practice humility. We can practice how to have space for somebody that needs it. And I know for me as a staff member, I've been with SAVES for a few years now, and I cannot tell you how much personal growth I have been able to experience through dedicating and serving time and energy with these youth. Going forward, we have had a program with a variety of universities and different kinds of programs and organizations that were able to have meaningful internships where we have actual measurable educational outcomes for some of the people that are able to participate. So we, in the past, have had Tarleton State. We currently do have a Tarleton State intern working with us. We have somebody from the Bright Divinity School in Fort Worth. We have also worked with students from UNT, TCC. So if you need credit or if you need experience in a field where you are able to have a passion for compassion, if you will, definitely come check us out. Come message Birdie, message me. I do not check my email as good as Birdie, so really message Birdie and contact Sharon. Sharon lives and breathes the organization, so I really think you can find where you want to be within this organization. So from there, I'm going to kick it off, and we're going to go hear from one of our interns from one of our people that we've helped through our education piece.
My name is Datavious Hill, and I am a supporter of LGBTQ SAVES. A little bit about me is I am a senior here at the University of North Texas, studying public relations with a minor in political science. And I came across this organization actually through an assignment that I needed to do for a class. And I eventually was very proud of my work, and I eventually reached out to Sharon, the founder of LGBTQ SAVES, and I asked her if she'd like to go over some of my work. And she was like, absolutely. And ever since then, Sharon and I have kept in contact, and LGBTQ SAVES have really helped me finish up my journey at UNT. I support LGBTQ SAVES because it's an organization that strives to make welcoming and safe spaces for LGBTQ youth. And I think that is something that we need today, now, more than ever.
All right, everyone. So it was awesome to work with Datavious and helping him get his piece together for his studies at UNT. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how we get our involved. So as an organization, we do serve LGBTQ youth ages 12 to 24. We provide that safe and brave space for them to navigate who they are, as well as provide opportunities for social and personal development. I'm going to pass the mic back to Amanda, and she's going to talk about how you can become a member and some of our perks.
Awesome. So I know we've had a couple of questions in chat on how do I get involved? What's the Discord link? So to protect our server, we actually do have a membership application. To get involved on our server, to even be a volunteer, you need to apply. So with our membership, you can go to lgbtqsaves.org/programs, and you can get a list of all of our programs and also get access to our membership application. If you would like to volunteer with us, the volunteer link is lgbtqsaves.org/volunteer. But let me go over some of our programs. So our Lifeline chat serves 13 to 24. All of our programs are 12 to 24, except for our Discord chat, and that's to comply with Discord's terms of service. On Discord, as we've talked about, we've had a lot of really good engagement. We've been doing these small groups, D&D, game nights, art nights, craft nights, nights to just chill and listen to music. We have a music bot that just will play music for us, and we can chill and just have cool conversations about life, about things I don't understand, but the kids are nice enough to give me their time to educate me. What I know we have different roles, and I think, was it like I'm Practically Dead or something like that? That's my age. I know it kills all of our spirits. But anyways, we have our Lifeline chat. We also have scholarships. So twice a year, we do offer $1,000 scholarships. We will be awarding one this coming community picnic. So this is our first year we're able to have a community picnic. It's going to be on a Saturday, June 26th. And we're going to be awarding our fresh 2021 first of its kind scholarship for this year. But last year, even through COVID, we were able to offer scholarships to both our members and our volunteers. We also have our weekly youth meetings. So coming here in fall, we're going to have weekly youth meetings, both on Discord and in person. We're working toward having one youth meeting a person in starting around September. So we're kind of working our way there, making sure it's safe. It's the same every Thursday, 7 to 8:30. It's gay time with LGBTQ SAVES. We also provide those gender affirming haircuts. So not only do we have Novak, but we have our first non-binary hair salon, a cute salon in Fort Worth. Excellent help working with us on that. We have our gender affirming shapewear. Gender affirming shapewear means that our youth that are a part of our members can apply to get shapewear that helps them feel comfortable in the skin they're in. We also are now doing virtual happy hours, and we're getting together with our parents, and we're talking together, just kind of networking, troubleshooting together, talking a little bit about like, hey, on the chat, we're seeing our youth really struggling with X. Well, here's these things that we can do to help with X. Okay, you're having problems knowing what to do with this situation. Parents can help parents. And I think that is a really meaningful piece of some of the programs we're offering. Like Bertie said earlier, we're doing Qpr training with with Jordan Elizabeth Harris. We're doing that, and I cannot tell you how helpful that has been for our volunteers. Everybody seems to know what to do when something happens. And not only that, but we also have a process for what happens when something bad happens. We got that covered. We had some issues that came up, some real hard work we had to do in early spring, and we're doing great now. We have systems in place for us to make the referrals to the Trevor Project, to Trans Suicide Hotline, to these places that can actually give them. We ourselves are not a crisis center, but we are getting kids to that crisis. I'm sorry? Okay. And then we also have our quarterly dinners. Quarterly dinners are a chance for all of us to get together, for all of us to eat, to share things. We've had potluck. We've had various businesses in our community sponsor dinners. Stonewall Democrats has sponsored one of our quarterly dinners, and it's good. It's just a way for us to connect in person with our members, with our parents, with our community members in our safe haven, and just to spread that love. Give everybody just like a socially distanced and appropriate group hug. Anyhow, so with that, we will be kicking it over to Bertie to talk more about our shapewear.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. So, so I, as a trans masculine person, I am just super excited to share that we have started our shapewear program this year. So shapewear, it can mean a lot of different things to different trans folk. For my fellow trans masculine people or non-binary people, this is a great way to give our members binders. A binder is a piece of clothing that you can place over your chest to flatten the appearance of your chest. So for a lot of our youth, this is, truly a godsend, because this is a great way for them to start feeling who they are and feeling confident in their skin. And so we have, I want to say about 80 to 90% of the youth in our programs are transgender, with the majority of them being transmasculine. So this is a great program for them. Members who are active in our programs, who are on our Discord server, who attend meetings and attend different activities, they can apply for a piece of shapewear through our program and receive one. What was it? I think it was 2 months ago when we kicked off the program, shortly after Transgender Day of Visibility, we were able to connect one of our youth with a binder. And just to hear, because we sent it, I was checking in, we were just like, hey, check your mailbox, being very excited with our boy. And I don't know, I don't want to cry on stream, I might cry. But it was just so fulfilling to see him just display this level of confidence in himself. And he even came back to me and he was just like, this is the first time that, I have felt comfortable in my skin. And just just saying thank you for, allowing him the opportunity to get a binder. So even sometimes he'll be like, just lounging around. He's like, I feel so comfortable. I love my binder. I love that I'm able to see myself as myself for the first time. And I just want to give him a hug. But it's amazing to hear things like that from our youth. And I know Amanda touched upon our haircut program. And I know for some people, they don't understand, why do we give haircuts to our youth? Why is this a big thing? And I was personally, able to take one of our youth to go get a haircut recently over the summer. And if you think haircuts are not important, I think you would need to see how our member's face just lit up after the haircut. It had been a little while, COVID, not able to get a haircut, but we took them to Novak and had such a great experience. He came out of I honestly will tell you, I didn't recognize him after the haircut. He came out to me in the lobby and his face was so much brighter. You could see the level of confidence that he had in himself after getting a gender affirming haircut. And I was just so proud to be there in that moment, to have been with him and got that haircut with him. So I want to just, give another shout out to Novak Hair Salon, as well as Acute Salon, for providing those opportunities for our transgender and gender nonconforming youth. Something else that's been happening over the course of, everything going on, Eamon Carter Museum of American Art reached out to us to start offering new programs. So thanks to Eamon Carter, we are able to say that we now meet every week of the month. So every Thursday is Gay Thursday with LGBTQ SAVES, and we're able to connect. Eamon Carter has been hosting, for the last 2 months, has been hosting Carter Thursdays, where they've been hosting a free workshop for our members to learn more about art and LGBTQ artists. So our first meeting was about Andy Warhol, where we talked about the art of protest. And then our last meeting went over self-care collages using really great new techniques that, it's not just cutting out stuff, but they have been able to provide workshops using materials that our kids already have at home. So they're very accessible to any of our youth. It's awesome. And so a lot of the youth in our programs are very artistic. It's amazing to jump into our Discord server and look at our art channel And just to see all the stuff that our kids are posting, they are doing digital art. They're sharing their little doodles and sketches. They're sharing bigger projects that they've done at school, and it's been really awesome. And I just want to say thank you to Eamon Carter for approaching us with this opportunity to do more workshops and to engage our youth on a more artistic level. So I think the great volunteers, the community educators at Eamon Carter, they put together a great video for us. So I will put it over to them.
I'm Cheryl. I'm Brianna.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Adam, and we're from the community teaching team at the Eamon Carter Museum of American Art.
LGBTQ SAVES is important to us because of the important work that they're doing with the LGBTQ youth in our community here in Fort Worth. And we're so excited to be partnering with them.
We're excited to be part of creating a safe space, but a space where we can also express and be empowered. And so we're super stoked to be involved with LGBTQ SAVES and looking forward to doing more programming with y'all in the future. Thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cheryl.
Awesome. So thank you to Eamon Carter for that awesome video. Like I said, we're very proud of this partnership. If you're interested in joining us for Carter Thursdays, please feel free to reach out to me at burtonand.gardner@lgbtqsaves.org, and we'll get you signed up to receive the Zoom link as well as the supply list. And so then I would like to kick it. Yes, so I would like to kick it over to our youth art showcase so you can see some of the stuff that our kids share with us on our Discord server.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Thank you, Amanda and Bertie. Great job, great job. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our Spanish resources. During COVID, I've had about probably 11 families reaching out to us for assistance, for help. This is unheard of. I've never had such an outcry from the Latino community because I'm a Latina. My culture is unaccepting, mostly because of religion. But here we are, and we were getting so many calls that I asked our website designer, Amanda, to add a tab for Spanish resources. And if you go to our website, you can tap on En Español and find all the resources that we can provide for our Latino families. We've been struggling as well because I'm the only Spanish speaking person on our team. So what I did is I recruited probably about 4 or 5 others, mostly mothers and allies that are willing to serve and help me out when I get those phone calls in the middle of the day or the middle of the night. So we've got a team of Spanish-speaking support, Spanish-speaking parents, Spanish-speaking allies that are here to support our Latino community. And again, I refer you to our website, En Español, where we provide all the resources in Spanish for our families and also through the Human Rights Campaign. And now I'm going to turn it over to some videos by a former Pilar Candia, used to be on our board many years ago when we first started. And she got together with the Drag Latina out of Dallas, Texas. And the first video is with Nikki and Pilar. And then the second video you will see is with Pedro. So again, here is Nikki and Pilar.
soy Pilar Candy y estoy con la amazing, con la que perrísima Nikki Lauren, una drag queen muy famosa de Dallas. She's here today, but this video is about making conscious. We support LGBTQ SAVES. Apoyamos a LGBTQ SAVES porque es importante traer conciencia, apoyar a los jóvenes de la comunidad y darles un espacio de amor y de entendimiento. Dime tú, Nikki, de tu historia. ¿Por qué tenemos que apoyar organizaciones así?
Mira, tenemos que apoyar estas organizaciones porque nos ayudan a ser quienes realmente queremos ser nosotros y apoyan a los jóvenes de la comunidad LGBTQI, ¿verdad? SAVE. Entonces es muy importante tener el apoyo como tú, ¿verdad? Y como esta organización para sentirnos libres, para no sentirnos atacados ni cohibidos por nada. Así es que este es el momento. Gracias por la oportunidad, ¿verdad? Y gracias por estar en esa organización que nos ayuda a las nuevas generaciones y como las que no tuvimos ese apoyo antes, realmente es bien importante el apoyo que nos dan ahora y que se le está dando a las nuevas generaciones.
Let's support LGBTQ SAVES. We need you. Necesitamos el apoyo de los jóvenes. We're all in this together. Thank you, guys.
Gracias.
Hola a todos, buenas noches. Yo soy Fedro. Y esta noche quiero platicar con ustedes un poco acerca de una asociación muy especial que lidera gente muy querida. Estoy hablando de la asociación LGBTQSaves.org. Créanme que este tipo de asociaciones hacen la diferencia. Si en mi época, cuando yo era adolescente, hubieran existido más asociaciones así, quizá las cosas hubieran cambiado más rápido. Por supuesto que estos 10 años de carrera que tengo han servido de mucho. Han servido para luchar, para hacernos visibles, para que a través de mi experiencia y la de muchos otros compañeros artistas, pues el mundo volteara a ver y pasaran muchos cambios que ahora celebro. Ha habido muchos cambios positivos, pero todavía nos falta mucho camino por andar. Así es que por favor les pido que apoyen todo este tipo de asociaciones porque verdaderamente ayudan a personas en problemas emocionales, problemas en situación de calle, problemas de personas que están pasando por alguna enfermedad y que por supuesto pertenecen a nuestra comunidad. Así es que por favor los invito a que vayan y exploren la página lgbtqsaves.org.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to go back over some stuff that we've already said. Amanda and Bertie have covered a lot of this, but just as a reminder that of our parent happy hours that we have bi-monthly, I believe. And the next one's coming up in July. Is that right, Bertie? It's coming up in July?
That is correct.
All right, in July. Parent happy hour has been very successful. We collaborated with, we're collaborating with PFLAG, and in May, was it in May or April? When was that? When we had Trans and Trump Land, Bertie?
I believe that was in April.
In April, yes. We had the actor and the three of the actors from the documentary Trans and Trump Land that came and supported our youth and our families during Family Happy Hour. Amanda mentioned scholarships. At this time, I'd like to thank Stonewall Democrats, Felipe Gutierrez, Ramon Romero Jr., and PFLAG for donating money toward our scholarship programs. We give out 2 scholarships in June and 2 in December, one to a high school student and one to a college student that may be doing their volunteer hours with us. Again, thank you, Ramon, thank you, Felipe, and thank you, Lisa Daly from PFLAG. We've got a lot of things going on, and again, I always invite our audiences and whoever I'm speaking to our website. We have an incredible website with a lot of information. Amanda Sims has been doing an incredible job building that site, and I think it's working perfectly. So again, please go to our website, find out about our programs. Just simply click on the programs, and you will see everything that we offer through LGBTQ Saves. You know, when we first started this in 2010, a lot of this that's going on was simply out of pocket of the volunteers that I had and the board that I had back in 2010. And, you know, we did not become an official nonprofit till 2016 because we finally had enough money to apply for it. And fortunately, we have 2 attorneys on our board that offered their services for free to us to help us move forward with forming the nonprofit itself. And again, we cannot do this work without our volunteers. And we couldn't have grown like we have now without Amanda and Bertie on board. But anyway, at this time, I believe the next video is Tony, Antonio Mercado. So we love Tony, and he's here to tell us a story about LGBTQ Saves and himself. Take it away, Tony.
Hi there, my name is Antonio Mercado. My pronouns are he, him, L, and I am one of the founding fairies of Third Space DFW, a queer art collective located right here in the DFW area. I will forever be a supporter of LGBTQ Saves because they have constantly been a champion in our corner, and not only our corner, but also LGBTQ folk here in the DFW area. So they're really the model group. For me, they're the model group that really just does it right, and who all LGBTQ groups should aspire to be. So for that and the work that they do for the community, I will forever be a supporter. So thank you guys.
All right, welcome back again. Let's see, where do I go? These videos are really emotional. So, it's the testimonies of what our organization has been doing for the past 11 years. Our future goal, what I envisioned, was having a drop-in center. A drop-in center for where our youth can, like I said before, get an education, get some counseling, get some a hot meal, take a nap, all the resources that that child needs to thrive. Maybe in the future we'll provide a shelter for them. For right now, it's the focus is a drop-in center. We do have a future home. We're working with DNA Works and the 1012 project on Main Street. The former KK building will be transformed into an art and healing center, and that is where our drop-in center will be located, along with the 7 other organizations that are going to be located in there. What I want to provide is a place where a child can walk in, an LGBTQ youth can walk in and not have to wonder, are they accepting? Are they loving? Are they going to welcome me? I don't want any child to tiptoe. I want them to just come forward and know that they'd be loved and accepted. And like Amanda said, we're going to hug them from the very beginning. So again, our future home is going to be at the 1012 project, the 1012 Main Street. And if you ever get an opportunity to check out DNA Works and the lynching tour to find out more about the history of that building. And this next video is by Brandon. He's another one of our supporters and a great guy. And here's to tell his story. Take it away, Brandon.
I am, one of the advocates out here in Tarrant County, just doing my thing. However, I want to give a big shout out to Sharon Marcel Herrera and the people at LGBTQ Saves. Just for you guys that don't know, working in the nonprofit realm and actually doing something impactful in the community is definitely hard work. And I speak to that from my experience. So sharing is not always easy, but it does not go unnoticed. I want to give a big shout out to Sharon and the folks over there at LGBTQ Saves. Me personally, I was one of those youth that was kind of put out there at an early age, and I got introduced to all kind of stuff that, I probably shouldn't have no business, taking part in. And I feel that a lot of things could have been prevented had I had the proper support system. So, Sharon, the folks over there at LGBTQ Saves, your work is not going unnoticed, and it's not in vain. And I just want to give you hugs and kisses and great things to come. Thank you for doing what you do in our community. Thank you.
Awesome. So I just want to say thank you to Brandon for creating that really great video of support for our organization. We've said thank you so many times to so many people, but I want to continue to say thank you to some of our donors. So I want to say thank you again to the Stonewall Democrats, PFLAG, the Fort Worth chapter of PFLAG, Bell Helicopter. They gave us a very generous grant this year to help us continue our work in during all this time. The Hispanic Women Network of Texas, the Fort Worth chapter, also has donated. Big shout out to the Imperial Courts of Fort Worth, Arlington. They help our community $1 at a time, and it has been fantastic. They brought back Drag with a Bang this last month, and we are very thankful for their continued support of our organization and of our youth, and we look forward to that partnership for many years to come. Would also like to say again, thank you to the Texas State Representative Ramon Romero Jr. For his donation to our scholarship fund, and as well as Javian for their support of our community events this summer. We're talking about donors, but a little bit more about who we've been helping. So during COVID, we have experienced a lot of growth. So our outreach, we have served over 140 youth during COVID. People reaching out, they've been stuck at home, they've been stuck in unsupportive environments, reaching out just for a lifeline to know that they are loved, they are supported somewhere by some people like us. We have gained at least 80 new members, and it continues to grow. I check our membership application daily, and it's been great to see so many youth reach out to us. We regularly serve at least 50 youth a month, if not more, through our weekly meetings, through our weekly check-ins, and through our various Discord activities. We are growing beyond Texas. Sharon mentioned it earlier, but I do want to mention it again. We started off in Fort Worth, Texas. However, during this last year with our Discord server, we have connected with youth in Connecticut, Michigan, Florida, Massachusetts, Ohio. We even had a member from Australia reach out. So it's been really amazing to see our message go beyond just old Fort Worth. So it's been amazing. We've also have seen new partnerships go up with Novak Hair Studios, Bell Helicopter, Dickies Arena, Alcon, and it's so amazing to feel the love of Fort Worth as we are, doing our work here. Now, as a small nonprofit, we are 100% donor funded. And so I would like to encourage y'all to donate if you can. However, I understand with everything going on that you may not be able to support LGBTQ Saves monetarily. And that's why I want to give a brief shout out to the ways that you can help support LGBTQ Saves without a single dime leaving your pocket. So the first one, my first little tip is just to like us on social media. So we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at LGBTQ Saves. And we're constantly posting about what we're up to, what we're doing with the youth that week, different ways that you can engage with us, the parent happy hours, the community picnic, and things like that. So like us on social media. 2, talk about us. I know we always hear that quote, like, don't speak hate because you never know who is listening. But we encourage you to speak about LGBTQ Saves because you never know who is going to need that additional lifeline. I have met so many youth, even though we've been around for the last 11 years, so many youth are just now finding out about us. So continue to talk about us because you never know. You might connect us with a new member who needs our services. You might connect us with an intern who is looking to give back to the community. You might, give us another volunteer to help us with our mission. 3, subscribe to our newsletter. Every month we are delivering rainbows straight to your inbox with our monthly newsletter. It gives you a brief overview of what we've been doing that month and what to expect in the coming month. So you can go to our website, lgbtqsaves.org, and subscribe to our newsletter there for your monthly rainbow. 4, send us a message. I'm probably not going to be the first one to tell you that this is it's hard work, but it's heart work. So sometimes, we need that boost too. We need that message from our community telling us, hey, you're doing a great job. I know that sometimes I'll open up my inbox and there's a message from a parent saying, thank you so much for what you do with our kid. They're always talking about what we're doing. They have shown so much more confidence, and that makes me happy. That like, you don't have to give me $5 to support LGBTQ Saves. You can drop me an email. You can drop any of us an email and just let us know that we are doing a great job. And I assure you that is worth $1 million in and of itself. I want to encourage you to subscribe to us on YouTube. You're already here. Just hit that subscribe button. If we reach 1,000 subscribers and I think 1,000 watch hours, 4,000 watch hours on YouTube, we are able to tap into the monetization. So just keep watching our videos, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, and that'll help us with getting a little bit of the ad money from YouTube. So that would be great. And then, of course, I don't ever want to forget, you can be our reason to smile with Amazon Smile. This is a great program through Amazon where you can opt us into being a charity that receives funds. So if you're already shopping on Amazon, I know I have made too many purchases during these last months that I've been at home. You can opt to have LGBTQ Saves receive just a little bit of that purchase through Amazon's giving campaign. So you can go to amazon.com/smiles and choose LGBTQ Saves as your favorite charity. Yeah. So that's just a little bit of ways that you can help LGBTQ Saves without spending any extra money, just being on your computer, talking, things that are easy peasy to do. And so, but like I said, go like us on social media so you can learn about our upcoming events. I'm actually gonna, pass this back to Amanda. She's gonna talk about some great things that we have this summer.
Yeah, so we started coming back and starting getting ready to come out in the real world. We had a really cool public event where we went to the Fort Worth lynching tour with the Tarrant County Coalition for Peace and Justice. We were able to take a bike ride with our community partners with DNA Works to honor the memory of Mr. Fred Rouse. It was absolutely amazing, and we were able to see hopefully our new home at the 1012 Project coming up that Sharon mentioned earlier, but we have a lot of other cool in-person stuff that's coming up. So easing our way back in, we do have virtual karaoke. That will be June 11th, and it will be on Zoom. All ages are welcome, and we're doing it Pride Edition, so we're going to get all of our Pride out. We're going to have all of our favorites. We're going to get some Queen. We're going to get some of the YMCA. Well, I'm coming out. We're all doing it. We're all coming out. It's all going to be a great time. So join us for our Pride Edition virtual karaoke. Again, June 11th. I believe that is a Friday. And it will be after 8. I think it'll be 8 to 10 p.m. We also have June 26th. We're having our community picnic, which is sold out. Holy cow. We put 200 tickets out into the wild, and y'all came out in full force. So we are actually sold out of our community picnic, which will be at Fort Worth Trinity Park. We're going to be out there having hot dogs and hamburgers, socially distant appropriate games, maybe some water balloons, some ball. I found some balls that are like rainbow and sparkly, and I don't know what says summer gay fun than these balls. They are so cute. I cannot stress to you. So come out and play balls. I'm not going to make that joke. It's Pride Month. It's not appropriate. But you can go there yourself. And there are plenty of beanbags, hamburgers, sodas. Anyhow, I'm just so stoked. And then July 3rd, we have our virtual parent happy hour. It is, again, on our usual Saturday time. Information will be on our website and on our social media. We have our first physical group meeting. It will be September 1st. That is our date, September 1. We'll be back at our home. It'll be at First Jefferson Universalist Unitarian Church in Fort Worth, Texas. You can find it at 1959 Sandy Lane in Fort Worth. It's been around forever. It's a staple of the community, open, accepting, and I'm just so excited. They've been renovating. The Texas storms, I know that was like bad, but it was also like good because our place is all nice and restored. So yay, we're kind of excited about that. October 9th will be Youth Pride. We already have a date for that. So get your pride out now, get going, recharge the rainbow between July, August, September, and then October 9th, we're doing Youth Pride at First Jefferson Memorial, Universalist Unitarian, the same word I said earlier. And that will be our first time out, not our first time, our first major event aside from the community picnic. So really, really excited. Me and Bertie have been putting a lot of planning into that. We'll have our vendors again. We'll have tables. So wait for more information on that. Don't get too excited. Calm down. Calm down. All right. And then in December, we'll have our annual quarterly dinner. I believe we're planning it at Chadra's. Shout out to Chadra's. They have been feeding us for years now, doing great job, great pillar of the community also in Fort Worth. Love, love, love them. And we will be giving out our scholarship award then. So as a wrap up, we got first in-person meeting. That will be in September. We got our first Youth Pride coming back at it again. Can't stop us now. October 9th. And then in December, we're going to come back with our first quarterly dinner since COVID. We're going back to having scholarships. So we're going to be back in person. Can't wait to see you all and beam love and happiness at you. But yeah, so that is where we're ending up. So Sharon, would you like to wrap us up and go move into our last video?
Thank you, Amanda. I sure will. Thank you, Bertie and Amanda. Like I said, despite COVID, we're thriving. And we're thriving not only because of that, but because of these two, Bertie, Ferdinand, and Amanda, who have done some amazing work for us to continue virtual. Because when COVID hit, I was like, what are we going to do now? And boom, within a month, we were up and running and soaring and rebuilding again. So and here we are. Before we close, there's a video that I want to share with you guys that is exactly the message that we're sending out. And but I also want to recognize two people that are no longer with us, that were at that patio, at that picnic, at that backyard for the first ever LGBTQ SAVES meeting. And that is Tom Annable and David Henderson. These two were very instrumental in helping me with LGBTQ SAVES, and they were also part of Fairness Fort Worth, who changed the city, changed the city forever, and helped after the Rainbow Lounge incident that occurred here in the city of Fort Worth. 40 years later, after the Stonewall riots in New York, the same thing happened here in the city of Fort Worth. And Tom Annable and David Henderson were very instrumental in adding LGBT protection policies to the city of Fort Worth. And then they helped me with the policies at Fort Worth Independent School District, protections for our staff and protection for our youth at Fort Worth ISD. So again, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Bertie, for all of this hard work. It does not go unnoticed. And may we continue to grow and provide that safe space that we want for our youth to thrive, because no child should feel the way I once did, to think that suicide was the only answer. Again, Max and Roseanne are next, and they're here to tell their story. And listen closely, because this is the reason that we exist. So thank you for today. Like Bertie said, sign up for our newsletter, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything and anything that that's about us is on Facebook and on social media. So here we go with Max and Roxanne. Thank you.
I'm Roseanne. Hi, I'm Max. And we are here to do just a little bit of a discussion about our relationship, about parents and, bless you, LGBTQ kids in general, and then also talk specifically about LGBTQ SAVES a little bit. So I kind of would like to start with the last one.
Okay,
That's okay with you?
That's fine.
You want to start with what LGBTQ SAVES means to you, or what it has meant to our family?
I think it's a big outlet for people that need to discuss about like their life, or if they just want to hang out and have people that they can relate to and talk to without feeling judged or anything. And it's really helpful. Like, I feel like I have this group behind me that isn't leaving, so that's great. And it's just great to have those people around me. And then the staff are great. They are always caring about how you are, and if there is something that you need to talk about privately, they are always there to talk to you about it and help you through it.
I absolutely agree. I think Max hit on some of the major things. Consistency is really important, that we have people in our world who consistently show love and care, especially when, for a lot of us, and I know for us, we are climbing an uphill battle. So the consistency of a group like LGBTQ Saves is huge. Also, I would say that, especially with the pandemic and how things have been, just for everybody, isolation has really set in a lot of different ways. And so to feel like we're still connected to somebody, and specifically as a mom, to see my 16-year-old doing school at home, being isolated from friends, and also struggling just to feel like he fits in somewhere, and then to have a group like LGBTQ Saves where he can enter in, pull back if we need to, get back in. I feel like there's been just a lot of unconditional love and acceptance. And so, super thankful for what LGBTQ Saves has meant for our family. It's also been really great for Max's younger sister because it has allowed her to see that there's a support group out there for Max. I don't know about those of you who have younger siblings of a child in the family who's in the LGBTQ community, but my 8-year-old feels a real burden for Max to feel like he has support. And she's just a loving sibling that way. And it makes her really happy to know that he has a family and a group of people outside of us who can encourage him. So we are super thankful for LGBTQ Saves. We would not be where we are without them. I love the resource that they are, not just for our family and for Max and friendships, but also to say, hey, do you know anything about X, Y, and Z? Or do you know where we could connect with people for this? And so there's just sort of a wealth of knowledge when it comes to directing me as a parent in the sense of resources and what I might need that I'm not able to offer on my own. Our particular story started when you were 10 or 11?
10, yeah.
And so do you want to talk about kind of the timeline? It is a long time. Max is 16 and a
We
half.
don't have time to talk about
Well,
that.
it's supposed to be 5 minutes, and of course,
3 minutes and 37
oh my
seconds.
gosh. Okay. So, you want me to sum it up?
Yeah.
Max came out as a lesbian and then sort of transitioned into the transgender world where he wanted to be identified as male. We had a name change and then had another name change and then went more to the gender fluid world, had some more identification as she, her, and then sort of went to they, and then have kind of settled on he, him. So I would say our journey as mom and kid has been very fluid. And just in case anyone wants to know, my biggest advice to parents would be that none of this that your child is figuring out is about you. So the thing that does involve me is that I have a child who needs unconditional love and support. And really, if I'm being honest, that's not any different than what any kid needs from a parent. So it doesn't have to be complicated. There are definitely parts of it that take a little bit of work, but so does everything in life. Anything worth doing well takes work, and I want to love Max well. I would say that Max's sister has been the best at all of the different changes and transitions. We're almost to our 5-minute limit. I'm going to keep going, and then we can edit it if we need to. I would also just quickly say that Max, our history was not always here. I was not always an ally. Max was not always loved the way that she needed to be. We came from an ultra conservative world where we were surrounded by
homophobes,
conservative Christians who were very anti
everything.
True. And once I was able to come out of that and pull the kids out of it, I think our whole world just opened up. It doesn't mean that we don't have conflict on the other side of their family and also in my family. And it has meant severing some relationships because when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. And a lot of people will show you they're not safe if you're willing to pay attention and listen. So what it has meant for us is whittling down our circle of people so that those in our circle are really safe. And it has meant standing up for what is right and best for our family, even if it means losing relationships. My goal for Max is to be a happy, healthy, functioning member of society. And however he chooses to identify, that goal will not change. And that's what we're working towards. So we're an LGBTQ family with an ally and with love and support for the entire community. And our goal is to make a difference and make an impact for good. And I have a pretty fantastic kid alongside me for that. You have anything else you want to say?
No, I think we got it.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.